Open mic time. Again, we're happy to welcome Greg Ellis and Tony Casillas here with us at AT&T Stadium tonight. It's quiet now, guys. Jason Garrett and some of his family and friends were among the last to leave. They were just out on the field a few minutes ago. You guys don't go to every game. I know you go to a lot of them, but pretty good atmosphere in here today, Tony.
It was. I don't know what the decibels were, but it was a playoff atmosphere. It's a far cry from the 49ers game, but had all the elements of a playoff game, and Cowboys were able to pull out a win. I mean, the resiliency that they showed, Greg, and the plays they made, they showed that they are worthy of being in the playoffs.
You know, Jason Garrett has preached it all year, and I know he was just talking to you guys about it a few minutes ago, that he believes in that one play at a time thing, and it infuriates the media to just hear that, week after week after week. But his players have bought into his philosophy.
Jason has been consistent from the beginning of this season. He's preaching one play at a time, preaching resilient, and that's what you saw in this Cowboys football team tonight. They really have bought into what Jason has been preaching for the entire season.
And they didn't play well early. They made too many mistakes. I mean, they had a chance to get Detroit off the field a couple of times, penalty, on the punter and stuff. So it is a credit to them that in the most pressure-packed environment possible, they figured out a way to do it.
Well, I think they're overcome the adversity of their mistakes. When the block kick, when they got the roughing the kicker, was able to overcome that. And, I think that they've really shown each other. And you said it. Jason Garrett's got them believing in what they can do. And I think that it filters all the way from the top all the way down the players. They're believing that they can pull a win out and overcome adversity.
The transformation of Romo has really been remarkable, Greg. He's had the reputation, in part justifiably so, as a guy who couldn't win the big game.
Yeah.
But now, in a game that was there for the taking for Detroit,
correct,
the script was flipped, and this time Romo was the one who managed to get out of here with the win. What did you see from him that impressed you today?
Well, first of all, I see from their entire team, they're better than they have been in the past. Tony doesn't have to tell receivers what route to run. He doesn't have to tell the offensive lineman how to turn the protection. So I think that's the biggest thing that I saw out of the entire team. Tony just makes better decisions now because I don't think he has to worry about winning the entire game.
You talk about Terrence Williams. Ed was talking about him and the huge plays he made. Dez was somewhat quiet today in terms of receptions, 3 catches, had one big catch. But it sort of shows how varied this offense can be because you look at what a guy like Cole Beasley was able to do today.
Well, and that's what Detroit said. We are not going to let Dez Bryant beat us. And guess what? Tony Romo was very patient. You said Tony Romo didn't make mistakes. I mean, he took the sacks, but he did not try to improvise plays. But whether it's Cole Beasley, Terrence Williams, those guys are factoring in. You got to throw on the 4th and 7 play to Jason Wynn. I mean, there's just so many plays in this game that they dictate the outcome. But you're right. I mean, they used other weapons and guys that you're not used to hearing their names.
Boy, Beasley took a pop, didn't he?
Yes.
He's gonna feel that tomorrow.
He's gonna feel that one. He's gonna feel that one. That was he got the flag on it. That was good for the Cowboys. But even more impressive, he took a hit like that. He held onto the football. Again, it says a lot about this entire football team. When you can take a hit like that, you don't fumble the football, you get up, you keep playing, and you find a way to win.
Good teams.
The biggest hit is going to be the defender, about $50,000. He's going to feel that hit in his pocketbook.
Good teams make their own breaks. They get some breaks, too, and they may have gotten one from the official today who picked up the flag on the Hitchens interference call, but he later explained it later, saying face guarding is not a penalty in the NFL, and they didn't feel there was interference on the play, so that it ended up not being a penalty in a situation where Detroit had the lead and a potential big play to maybe help salt the game away. Let's go back to the defense here quickly, and we talk about DeMarcus Lawrence early on the news at 9. The rookie is this close to sealing the game and then fumbles, but then has a chance to do it again. I mean, what a night for him.
That a defensive player tries to make a big play and ends up giving the ball back, but he redeemed himself. Big play, and everyone, you lose, you lose a play like DeMarcus where, DeMarcus Lawrence is the heir apparent, and he came up big, redeemed himself in a big way.
Then this defense in general, and we've talked about it so many times, so I think it deserves to be discussed, the fact that they had some trouble early, and it looked like Detroit was just going to have its way, 2 first-quarter touchdowns. But by the time it's done, the Dallas defense has forced some turnovers, and they've held Detroit in check enough to allow Romo to work some of his magic.
And that's the impressive thing about it. Dallas defense didn't play a good football game tonight. Offense didn't play a good game. Special team, nobody really played an outstanding game tonight for the Dallas Cowboys. But they found a way to win the football game. The number 90, the rookie kid, he makes that big mistake, just simply fall on the ball, and the game is going to be over. But then he comes back and make a play play. That's the statement of this entire football team this year.
We were watching the game in the press box. I said, you D linemen always want to run with the ball. That's your problem.
I got a couple, but I scored with mine.
Well, you did. But some, just go in the fetal position and then
that's
take
right.
the sack.
Especially in that situation.
Last time the Cowboys and Packers played at Lambeau in a playoff game was the Ice Bowl in 1967. Going to be really tough for Dallas to go up there with not just the weather conditions, but with all of the weapons the Packers have.
Why are you looking at me, Deuce? I didn't play in the Ice Bowl. I'm not that old here. But you're right. The elements, first of all, I think it sets up for the Cowboys. They're a running football team on the road. And, oh, by the way, they're 8-0 on the road this year. So I don't think that phases. I don't think they're going to be able to do the things that they did today against a team like Aaron Rodgers in offense. So, but they've been able to do it. I mean, they've been able to overcome a lot of things. I think it's going to be a good matchup. But I think he'll be more part of the offense. I think Greg, they'll run the football, but I think their defense, the Green Bay Packers defense, will give them an opportunity to make more plays.
Yeah. And I think you make a good point that this Dallas offense is built better to, succeed no matter what the weather conditions are. Because you can run it. If you can run it, you can run it just about anywhere, right?
You're exactly right. And that's one of the best things about this Dallas football team. They're winning the game by running the football. And you can run the football when it's hot. You can run it when it's cold. You can run it when it's raining. You can run it at any time if you have a good run game. And they do have a good run game. And also, the Green Bay defense will not be as good as Detroit defense was today. Yeah. So look for them to have a better game of running the football.
Yeah, chances are, you're right. That's a good point. Chances are Romo won't face the pass rush next week that he did today, and certainly Green Bay doesn't have the reputation as a run-stopping defense like Detroit did. Enjoyed talking to you guys tonight. Thanks for hanging around after the game and spending a little time with us.
Yes.
I think we're going to see you on another pregame show before the playoff game.
That's good.
Another one.
I just broke that news to you. All right. We'll look forward to that. We'll ask for your prediction then. Greg Ellis, Tony Casillas.